Hi, guys. So, this is a quick impromptu reading for JJ because I just can't, I was just told about it just a little bit ago from Tammy, and I just kind of can't let it go. So, I'll tell you what I got initially with her, and we'll see if we can get anything else. But I've already gotten some stuff just by talking to her. So, we'll see what else I can get. But as you guys know, the way that I work is information can be past, present, or future, symbolic, or have multiple meanings. Spirit will use my references, experiences, or how I relate to something to try to explain what they're wanting to say. As I get information, Tammy will validate yes or whatever she knows. There's not a lot to know on this, so there's not going to be a lot to validate, but she will say yes to keep me going. It keeps me in the right direction. It's like I'm talking to someone and they are sitting getting a reading. We realize that it works best this way, so that's why we do it. Keep in mind that things are always as we perceive them. I may not perceive them exactly correctly, but I do my best. So I can always misunderstand the information. And keep in mind that I do get interconnects and whatnot, which I feel like this is also actually an interconnect from Nicola, and I'll explain in just a second. So this is for entertainment purposes only. Viewer discretion is advised. Everyone is innocent until proven guilty, and this is no way fact, just psychic medium impressions. Okay, so I think I've said everything I want to say. I kind of just want to get to it. So I kind of told Tammy that I was getting like within, now whenever I get miles, it can be within a mileage. Within 2 miles, there it's interesting. I was telling her there was a pond and woods, and she said yes, it's all there. But what's interesting is there is a factory that has woods, like a very wooded area, and then a marshy area, which is what I was seeing in Nicola in the first reading, I think it was. And we all know how my stuff interconnects due to timing and things like that. So I do think it's interesting that there is a cement factory there. It is surrounded by woods. I'm sure it has a fence, and it's marshy, like literally marshy. And I was also telling her sanctuary because I was like, well, I don't know if I'm going in the right direction, but this can't be a coincidence. So, and then I'm like, I heard the word sanctuary. Well, it's in that direction. So I think that's the direction they need to go. And the factory is within 1.3 miles, and it's an actual factory, which is kind of what I was looking for in Nicola. So that's basically what I got. I keep getting a reference to Riker, so that means that maybe he possibly wandered off. And there's something about 3 days. I know this is the first day, so I don't know if he'll be found before 3 days or on the third day, but there's something about 3 days that is coming in. So I'm gonna go ahead and see if I can get any more. First, I'm gonna bring Tammy on. Almost forgot about you, Tammy. As you can tell, I'm tired. I look pretty freaking tired, but this is just, hopefully I'll have enough energy to do this and get good information, because right now I don't know. Okay. I almost forgot about you. Sorry.
It's all right.
And guys, we do try to keep down the distractions, but my dogs are getting antsy. I was just getting ready to let them out. Tammy's kid hurt his head, so he might show up. But I'm hoping that this is gonna be just quick. I just wanted to get out that information specifically, even if I don't get anything else. That way we have sort of a location to go on. But I'd like to get the story. You know me, I kind of like to get the story and everything. And of course, see, my dog's barking. I just need them to be quiet for just a little bit longer. Such a cute kid. Such a cute kid. His eyes are like, what are they, green? They look almost like gray or something. Interesting green color. Yeah.
They're like a hazel.
Yeah, they look more green in this one, but it's almost like a green gray. Cute
Right.
kid.
Yeah. Yep.
And I never like to say one way or another alive or deceased because sometimes it's really hard to tell. I just kind of give what I get, and hopefully it'll point us in the right direction. Speaking of, is that the one that hit his head? It was him that hit his head, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was weird because Tammy messages me, and I'm like, my head hurts all of a sudden, right when she messages me.
Yeah.
And then she tells me, oh, my son just fell and hit his head. And I was like, oh, well, that explains it. It was at the same time we were talking about this boy, so it kind of worried me for a minute, but
Right.
yeah, we'll see. See, nothing can happen around you, Tammy, without me knowing about it.
Right. Right. You're like my fly on the wall.
That's funny. Oh, come on, Pen. Don't be dumb. Okay. If I can't get anything from his energy, like say if he's alive,
Right.
I might try something else, but I'm gonna try it with him.
Okay.
Because I know that Ted would love to help. He's already showing me, or he already kind of came in my mind earlier. Like if I had a problem with this, he would help. So I don't care if people like it or not. I do what I gotta do. But
right.
And he comes across as like I see him jumping on the couch. So he's got a lot of energy, which most 2-year-olds do. But I see him jumping on the couch and dancing in front of a TV. So I don't know if there's a certain show he likes or whatever. But there is something about a specific show he likes that he like watches every day. Did he go missing? When did he go missing? Was it like earlier in the day? Like I'm getting like 11.
I think around, I think that's what it said, 11. It was called in around 12.
Okay. I wonder. So I wonder if he got out on his own. Were his parents up or they weren't up?
They weren't up.
They weren't up. I wonder if he has a habit of opening the door.
I mean, it's possible. He just learned how to open the door, and he's 2. And he just learned, so I wouldn't doubt it.
Depending on what kind they have, what kind of door things they have. Like the one I have would probably be easier because it's got a hook on it.
Yeah, between 10 and 11. Yep.
So what's odd is it's like, I don't know. I would sleep in sometimes and let my kid kind of just get up and watch TV. They never thought anything of it because, as moms, we don't really sleep when that's happening. It's kind of just like drowsing. And I wonder if that's something he did like a lot of. Because I keep getting that reference to like TV and bouncing around and kind of like doing that. So I'm wondering if that was his. It could have been his morning too, is what they're showing me. Either that or it's something he likes to do.
Bull.
Yeah, I was trying to see if there's foul play, but I'm not. I keep sensing him alone. Something about milk. I'm not really sure
Okay.
where that comes in at. Yeah, I hear like the door open and close.
Okay.
So, in Riker's situation, Riker did walk off.
Yep.
So, that when they reference other cases, it's usually similar.
Right.
Like, the more I try to look at to see if there's anything going on in the family, I just keep being taken back to him, like, watching cartoons and messing around in the living room.
Okay. Yeah.
Is the way that it comes across. And then I hear, like, the door open and shut, which is odd for me. Like, if he never did it before, like, why would he do it? So it makes me kind of second guess it. But I mean, we've had Kenneth Howard and Riker both just walk off. So it does happen. I think he's a little bit younger than they are, though. But
yeah.
He seems to have like a lot of energy. It may be a good thing that I'm struggling a little bit. I don't know. My pen just doesn't. It keeps going out, which there's ink in it. I don't know. I'm going to try a little bit longer with him, but let's see. It's kind of not making sense to me, though. I don't know. Maybe my logical mind is just too much sometimes.
Yeah. I'm going to try something different.
Okay. Because it's like stopping right there. Like, I don't know. Let me see.
Okay.
I had a problem with Riker too. Remember?
Yes. Yes.
Until I went back into Kenneth and he was alive. So
yeah.
Hopefully that's the thing here, but I don't know. We'll see.
Okay.
Yep. I don't know. I do hear the word outbuilding again.
Okay. Huh.
Yeah. But yeah, I believe Okay, so he was out in the front because there's a reference to people seeing him playing in the front yard or something like that, or
Yes.
witnesses seeing him. So he
Yes.
was there.
Yes.
Okay, so that helps.
He was
Thank
seen
you.
by a neighbor.
Okay. So that helps with my mind a little bit. The fact that he's actually seen out. Plus, I wasn't seeing like his parents don't feel like they're anywhere around during this thing, which is odd to me. But still, I mean, none of us are perfect. So, I do get a reference to a car, but I don't know. I don't know what that reference is.
Okay.
Like I just see a car going down the street. It's kind of odd. I don't get it.
Okay.
And I know I was asking you if there's like helicopters because I was hearing them. I know it's an obvious thing, but when there is, they'll have me hear the helicopter. And I'm hearing infrared, which is I know is again obvious, but so when you go out that property, like is there like woods not far from there?
Yes, it's all wooded area. It's an all like.
But like really close to the house as well?
Yes, yes.
Okay. So yeah, it's like I see him walking into the woods.
Okay.
Why? I don't know. I mean, what are you thinking, child? I don't know.
Right?
But there's a reference to, like I was telling you, like a creek or a runoff. I'd be curious, where that creek or runoff is in, like how close it is to the woods, because it's something that's kind of like repeating. But there's also a reference to, like we were talking about, the factory. Okay, the factory. I was even seeing it before, and I was getting that reference like back to Nicola. So it seems like I can get things in the area and around the area. So all like as reference points. So it feels like it could possibly be a reference point in the way that he went, and the sanctuary are reference points in that way. But this creek, that I wonder if it does it run through the woods at all? The runoff we were talking about?
That's right. Like it's like the wooded area and then it's connected to the marsh.
Right. Because I keep getting a reference to that creek for some reason.
Okay.
Okay. So I keep getting the woods and the creek is what I keep getting. And then I hear ducks, which is I think is a new symbol for marsh. I mean, sometimes I'm shown the marsh, but like if I'm shown it and I hear ducks, that tells me like there's a marsh or something like that around. But I also get like, I don't know if the pond I'm getting is connected to the marsh because I'm getting like a smaller pond.
There's a pond. I want to say it's like on the next block in their backyard. Like there's a pond back there.
Okay.
Like
Could he have
the block over?
Could he have gotten to the woods without going through like people's backyards and stuff?
Yeah. Yeah. Because the
Like
pond is
more like
in.
out the back?
Yeah. Yes.
I just don't understand why kids run off. It's weird to me. Like it makes me question It makes me question it. But I see him running to the woods.
Yeah.
Which, why did the dog stay? That's another thing. That's kind of getting me. Sometimes, most of the time, dog will follow if a dog can follow.
Right.
If they can. If there's not something keeping them there.
Right. I'm not sure.
I don't know either. Because the one thing I'm like, Cam, like, is this an abduction or did he run off? Because then they give me the Riker thing. But then I start questioning if it's abduction because the dog stayed. And I know they're not calling it that, but that doesn't mean something didn't happen that nobody's aware of yet. Right. But, no, I keep getting the repeated image of him running to the woods.
Okay.
So I'd be curious at how close the woods are to his house.
It's like right in their backyard.
Okay. So maybe he decided he wanted to go play and then he kind of got lost in the woods. Okay. There's a log that keeps coming up. Because I keep getting a reference to this case I worked where, or I didn't work, but I watched, that there was and I got this in, wait a second, I got this in Riker.
Riker, yes, the log. Yeah. Like where he fell asleep in the log.
Because there's I'm getting reference to that case again, because this kid, he ran off, like they were at like the lake or something, and he ran off and a psychic found him and he was like in a log or by a log.
Yeah.
Like he climbed in there for safety. So I did hear outbuilding though, so I don't know exactly what that is. Like if he's in an outbuilding or not, or will be found in one. But the reference that I'm getting now is like I see him kind of wandering through the woods, lost. And they're searching the woods. I get that. I get they're searching the woods. I get they've got hounds and helicopters and all of that. I get all that. Because that's obvious things that they do, right? But I'm wondering if the dog's gonna find him. Actually, because I'm seeing like a brown hound.
Okay.
It's weird because I saw that in my reading earlier. It's like a brown hound dog, kind of. Because they're showing me like a hound dog like sniffing or something.
Okay. So one of the pictures of the dog searching this afternoon is brown.
I wonder if does it have floppy ears like a hound? Like, does it look like a kind of like a hound dog? Okay. Because I just keep seeing one like sniffing around a specific area.
Okay.
And then he alerts. So but it's like, didn't they he's got to be within 2 miles. I keep getting that 2 mile reference. Okay. But he may. It's almost like, because this happened to me one time. I'm getting this reference. I went into this wooded area with a friend of mine and we got lost. we couldn't find our way out because it all looked the same.
Yeah.
And so that's kind of how I feel. But then it's almost like he couldn't find his way out. So it's almost like he goes deeper and deeper and deeper. I'd be curious if they've searched like the edge of, I'm hearing the edge of the woods by like
Okay.
where the marsh starts. Like how close is that to like it goes the way that I see it is woods and then marsh. So like I keep getting a reference to the edge of the woods. And
Okay.
that sanctuary came in, and I think the sanctuary is just, I think it's a reference point for that right direction because I was questioning it and then they told me sanctuary.
Okay.
So I don't know though. I'm getting a super bad headache for some reason again. But it could be because I'm hot. Because I'm getting hot. Sorry. Yeah, like, oh, is there like an edge of the woods where like the marsh starts?
Yeah, it's like Wood Street or road, country road, woods, road, woods, road, marsh.
How is that within 2 miles?
It's within that 2 miles. Yeah.
Okay. I wonder how far they've gone because the creek is really big, or the runoff. How far is it from the runoff that I'm talking about?
The runoff from the creek.
Yeah, or where the runoff we were talking about that looks like it would look like a creek. It's just like a stream of water.
I would say within the 2 miles.
But how close is it to the edge of the woods? Because I keep wanting to go like to the edge of the woods, like just before the marsh, and I'm just wondering if they've looked here. But sometimes you can look and not see, especially with with a helicopter, it's only like 5%. And I don't know if the dogs have a good scent or not. I don't know if there's anything out there that to prevent them from having a.
Okay. It's right there. And then there's another, I found another little thing that does look like a creek, and it's right on the edge of the woods
Oh, that's interesting. Okay.
before the marsh. So I just did find
Right.
another one.
It's like it's. I wonder if there's other pathways through that wooded area. It's possible he's still alive because I'm not using him to get this information.
Right.
I wanted to connect to someone that was on the other side that would help me because I just kind of got stuck with him going into the yard and that was it. But I'm getting like a major headache for some reason.
I mean, I'm not seeing any trails, but doesn't mean there isn't.
Yeah, I just wonder if there's like little trails in there, but I get this feeling of like wandering around in the woods like I can't find my way out. I'm stuck. Like you're in a maze. That's how I feel.
Yeah. Okay.
And for some reason, instead of going back towards home, he ended up going the other direction.
Okay.
And I keep getting reference to like the edge of the woods and where the marsh is. So I don't know if he's in the woods. Hopefully he's not in the marsh. Hopefully he didn't get that far.
Right.
But I keep getting reference to like a log. So I don't know if he'll be found in a log, by a log. There's something with this log, like a hollowed out log, that like somebody could fit into, like a large one. But it's weird. It's like all of us. I'm being shown that it's the dog. Okay, so the hound is going and he's being led by his handler, or he's leading his handler or whatever. His handler's behind him, and all of a sudden he starts barking and taking off.
Okay.
And so that's the image I get. So maybe he picks up a scent.
Okay.
And I hope that's right.
Right.
Because it's like this. I'll try to like show you guys what I'm getting. So I'm getting like woods here, and then the edge of the woods in the marsh, and there's a creek, and then on the other side, if I go across the street, that's the factory.
Yes.
That's the factory. If I go like past the factory further, then that's the sanctuary we were talking about.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
So, I feel like the factory's across the street, or across the street. It might not be far from where he is, because I wonder if smoke comes out of that factory.
Yes.
Because it's like I can see the smoke, so I don't feel like he's too far from the factory. But the factory seems like it's across the street. I think he's more in the woods, the way that it's coming across, which I kind of remember this other case that I didn't actually put out, but I posted it, and it was this kid, and he just gotten lost, and I said he's in a bush.
Okay.
And we were like, what the heck? What do you mean he's in a bush? I said he's in a bush, and there's searchers around him, but they've missed him.
Okay.
Because he's in this bush and he can't get out of the bush, which sounds super weird. And it wasn't even a reading. It was something that I saw that just came to me. And I told the people, well, it turns out he was found in this damn bush he couldn't get out of, and the searchers had been all around him. Yeah. And it was like right down the street. So I don't know why that reference is coming in, unless they're trying to say that he's been missed, or that they're all around him. I don't know, but they're reminding me of that situation. I just don't know why my head is kind of hurting really bad. It could be my own stuff, but it kind of did come out of nowhere. I mean, it's hard because there's not much in that area. It's just, like I said, woods, marsh. So it's not like I can be like, there's not much to see around him. Other than that. But I keep hearing the dog bark and take off. So it makes me feel like the dog's going to find him, or the dog alerts.
Where is that? Okay.
Did he have on shoes or something, or no shoes?
Yeah, I'm not sure, because I'm trying to find the article, but it sounded like he was dropped off by somebody. And then he was sleeping when he was dropped off at home. And
that must be the car.
That's what I'm thinking, but I wanted to verify it by finding the article, but I know I read it. Like, I don't know who dropped him off, but somebody had dropped him off. And he was still sleeping. So he's dropped off while he was sleeping. I don't know if the parents weren't woke up when the child was dropped off or not, but so if he was fully dressed when he was dropped off, he could have had his shoes on.
I don't know why I'm being shown his shoes. I don't know, maybe they find one. I don't understand what's up with the shoe. Yeah, adamant sea on the edge of the woods right there where the creek and the marsh is. And it just kind of goes to show like where my interconnects come in, because it's very similar to what I was getting in nickel. I can see the steam from the factory, so that tells me it's got to be that area.
Okay.
And he was trying to find his way home, but again, I feel like I'm running around in circles or something, or I'm going in circles. Like, it's just I don't understand why he went into the woods to begin with. That kind of throws me a little bit. But, I mean, Kenneth Howard did the same thing. He took off chasing bugs or something. So, I mean, it's...
Yeah.
He probably just kind of wandered. I mean, he's very inquisitive. I'm getting the word inquisitive with him, so I feel like, maybe he just was curious.
Right.
Also, for some reason, I'm seeing like, I wonder out there if they put like an orange tie around the tree, because I keep seeing like after it's been searched or something, because I keep seeing like an orange tie around a tree.
Oh.
So I'm not sure if that means that he's in an area that was already searched.
Right, or came back to that area.
And they missed him, or he came back to that area, but I'm seeing, I think that's a symbolism if they don't use it for an area being searched with the orange around the tree, the orange tie.
Yeah.
So he's either in an area they already searched, or like he came back after they searched it. Like I hear people calling my name.
Okay.
So I feel like he maybe hears them, and they sound kind of far away, and like in my mind though. I just hope he doesn't make it to the marsh, because
Right.
I'm not really getting anything other than like edge of the woods, creek, and then marsh, and then this log, and then like I said, where the plant or factory is, whatever you want to call it. I can see smoke coming up from that, so he's to where he can see that. But
Okay.
the orange tie around the tree seems significant. And I keep getting the dog. See, a dog found Kenneth. I actually got the name of the dog in that reading. So I'm wondering, because they're kind of referencing both of those cases too, Kenneth and Riker. All
Okay.
very similar.
Yeah.
All around the same age, all kind of, but it's Florida, so it doesn't get too cold.
Right.
And just the wildlife is a little scary. I just wonder if he's not like hiding in a log, or he found a building or something that's like in the woods. I don't know if they have those buildings in the woods or by the woods. I don't know. Or I don't know what the outbuilding is, or if he passed one. I'm not really sure. I just feel like I'm kind of just wandering around the woods, like I can't find my way out.
Okay.
That's kind of the way that it comes across. Yeah. It goes edge of the woods, creek, marsh. I keep getting that over and over and over. So he's got to be close to by there. I mean, I can get like not exact, but he's got to be, and I get middle. So like, if I'm looking at the woods like this way, like not the end of the woods this way or in the woods this way, like in the middle. You know what I mean? Like he kind of stayed on the same track as far as staying in the middle of the wooded area. Like he didn't go too far this way and too far that way, if I'm making sense.
Yes. Yes. Totally. Yes.
If I were to break it up into 3 parts, like the woods, it'd be the middle woods.
Okay. Yeah.
I do like my nose and everything. My head, I don't know, my head and stuff hurt. I just don't know if he's okay or not. He could hurt because it's hungry, or he's thirsty, or he could have hit his head. I don't really know. That could be me. But my nose is kind of hurting. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm getting. Like I don't know if I can. I mean, there's not much else to say. That I'm seeing. I'm going to say this because it's going to repeat if I don't, but I don't know how it could possibly fit a box. So I don't know if they have like, I don't know how that would make sense, really. Unless they have like little boxes in the woods, like, or outside the woods that have like, I don't even know. I have no idea what that means.
Okay, so yeah,
a searching term. No, go ahead.
Okay, he was dropped off by a relative at 9:45 while he was still sleeping.
Okay. So 11 makes sense, or before 11. Okay. It seemed like he just woke up and was like, "Oh, party time." Parents aren't awake.
Right.
And maybe parents didn't know he was there or had woken up, because they were sleepy. Maybe they didn't know he was. Sometimes when we sleep, we don't know what's going on. Or we fall back asleep accidentally or something because he was sleeping,
Right. So that thinking between 10 and 11, so you got that, yeah. I mean, there's a bunch of random buildings everywhere, so.
Well, I could be getting like boxed like a building. Like I did get outbuildings, so I don't know if he's in one or by one, but or past one. But there's a okay. I don't know. I just keep getting the edge of the woods thing.
Okay.
Like he's like close to the edge of the woods.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, makes sense.
It's almost like I don't see him getting out of the woods because he can't get out. It's almost like when you're in a maze and you can't figure your way out. There's so many trees that's so heavily wooded that he unfortunately got himself in there and got lost. And I think for some reason, instead of going back towards the home, he's going the other direction. Like he got turned around. Like that's how it feels. They put me there. Like I'm wandering around, looking around, like where the hell am I? And so I do think that he would have found cover when it gets dark. I mean, kids, they're pretty smart in that way. I mean, he's not going to stand out there in the woods in the dark. He's going to find somewhere to go, like maybe by a log or in a log. I don't know. There's a reference to that, though.
Okay.
Matt did come in Riker, which is probably an interconnect. If we go back to Riker's reading in the very beginning, his reading about zigzagging in the woods and the wood thing, the log, that all came in the beginning of Riker's. It just makes me wonder if it's not an interconnect due to the similarities and ages and everything of the kid.
Yeah.
Little JJ. So, I'm not getting much else other than that for location, which is hard because it's the woods. But,
it's just all wood.
It's all, I mean, the best we can do is pray about it, like candles. The more positive energy we put out, the more prayers we put out, the more likely he'll be found. I mean, look at Quentin, 5% chance, and we all did prayers and everything, and he was found. Of course, we knew he was going to be anyways, but still, it does help the situation. So, that's what I suggest for anybody seeing this. And hopefully it's right. I mean, it feels right. That's where they need to focus, in my opinion. And here's Quentin's cat.
Right there?
Hi, Quentin's cat. Yeah. He hasn't been over here to hang out and since we've done Quentin.
Wow.
He was acting weird for a while and now he's getting back to normal and he's I don't know what he's looking at, but
hi.
Yeah.
Right?
Quentin's cat. So yeah. He all right. I don't think I'm getting anything else, honestly.
Okay.
He just keeps adamantly showing me where I'm talking about. Like
Yeah.
right there at the edge.
Okay.
And there's something about a road too. So I don't know if there's like one of those maintenance roads or something that are right there. But I get like a road that's by it's like, you know, Edge Creek Road, Marsh.
Yeah, and it looks like it's the main one that runs through it too. So yeah. Maybe I can screenshot you the area maybe. Yeah. It's there, yeah.
And there's something about like a flag, like maybe he can see one or something, or there's one not far from there. And that could be any flag, not necessarily American flag, but any kind of flag. Because I'm not getting a specific flag, it's just kind of a flag.
Okay.
I don't know if the cement plant has them or a house has one or something. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not really getting much else on that, on anything. So, say our prayers and put out positive thoughts, and hopefully this will help. I don't know. I don't know if it'll help or not. Hopefully it does.
Yes.
I get what I'm supposed to get, the timing I'm supposed to get it. So, hopefully.
Right.
All right. Thanks, guys, for liking and
Thank you, guys.
subscribing. We appreciate you guys.